So, should Prince Andrew be given 2 homes to make him leave Royal Lodge? There's the question. I mean, I suppose the immediate question does sort of drive people to anger. There's the Sun's 2 pads Andy reporting Prince Andrew has agreed to leave Royal Lodge, the 30-room property where he's not been paying rent for the last 20 years. In return, he wants to be given 2 new homes on the Windsor Estate, one for him and one for Sarah Ferguson, his ex-wife, who he sort of lives with. So do you want to see how the map works this out?
Yes.
They're all there. Okay. The key, if you're Andrew, I'm going to give Andrew's defence is that the Royal Lodge has got 30 bedrooms or something amazing. And the Royal Lodge, by the way, is down here. That's where he's living at the moment, rent-free, having paid a lot up front. And he wants, these are smaller, Frogmore Cottage. Do you remember Harry and Meghan used to live there, and Meghan complained it was really drab, and it probably is, to be fair. And also, here's the tricky one, Adelaide Cottage. So William and Kate are due to vacate Adelaide Cottage next month, and that would be for Sarah, for Fergie. And apparently neither Frogmore nor Adelaide would need any renovating or incur extra security costs, because this is quite a secure area. This perimeter here is basically royal security. So there would have to be a charge for rent. But what do you think? You say to Andrew, look, get out of royal, put Fergie in Adelaide, you go in Frogmore, and just try to keep a low profile. And no horses as well. Lynn?
I think when people heard the suggestion that he would have to leave the Royal Lodge, it was sort of like, I don't want to say a punishment, but at least he is being held to account for his carryings on. And we still don't know how he raised the 12 million to settle. But now it's like he's got this power to barter. There shouldn't be any bartering, especially as the email from his ex-wife came to light with to Epstein. So I just think for everyone thinking, OK, you know, King Charles, he's got a bit of gumption. He's going to tell Prince Andrew where to go. It's like, well, not really. 2 new properties. How is that?
Go on, Andy.
I'm not here to defend Prince Andrew, but I've been thinking about this all morning, and I thought, you know what? He's got to go somewhere. He can't move into a semi-detached house in Milton Keynes.
Why not?
Because...
Genuinely, why not?
Well...
That's what everyone else does.
Because he's world famous, and realistically isn't the quietest place for him to be a little cottage that's on the royal estate, and then he can just disappear there. He's not going to disappear if he goes and lives in, you know, any old place.
I think he should be banished out of the country. They've got holdings elsewhere.
I don't think he should be subsidised. I want to say this. I don't think he should be subsidised. I don't think the public purse or the royal purse should be paying for him. I just wonder if he's got to live somewhere, why not a little drab cottage
Whenever we show
somewhere?
These pictures, we're always amazed by Edward's coat. Just want to say that's the big... Has anyone else got a double-breasted overcoat like that? Extraordinary, isn't it? I'd love to have one.
Anyway.
A flared collar. Joining us now is royal biographer Ingrid Seward. There's so much going on, Ingrid. First of all, your thoughts on, does this stack up? Do you think Andrew has asked for those 2 properties?
Well, I'm sure that he probably has, because he is negotiating with his brother or his brother's advisors to try and get the best deal that he possibly can, because he knows this will be his last negotiation ever, I would imagine. So he's got to try. So I can see why he's doing it. But of course, as usual, he appears to be oblivious of public opinion. I don't think people don't really, you know, one house or another, they don't necessarily know which is which. We know Royal Lodge is much bigger, but just the normal person doesn't know all these details, and they say, well, he's leaving one property and he's been given another. So I don't think it solves the problem of how it looks, but I do understand why the king or his advisors have suggested that he go there, because you don't want all these properties empty during the winter. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that, you know, houses dilapidate when they're empty.
Yeah.
And at least Frogmore Cottage is the money that was spent, the taxpayers' money that was spent on Frogmore has been repaid by Harry and Meghan.
What I don't understand, Ingrid, is why he's got this weird thing where he's sort of married to Sarah, but he's sort of not. They're kind of together, but they're kind of not. And now he's saying, look, we want to live together, but in separate houses. What's Fergie got to do with it? Can't he just cut her loose?
Well, he obviously feels that she's been incredibly loyal to him and vice versa. So they're tied by this rather strange knot. So when one's in trouble, the other helps. And when the other's in trouble, vice versa. And they're both in trouble now. Now, we must remember, of course, that Andrew hasn't been proven to be guilty. He just looks guilty, but what he's done is it's the way he handles things, I think, that makes people so very volatile and angry about this situation.
Yeah.
He shows no humility.
Okay,
And-
Ingrid, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, of course, he has been proven to have lied, and he also did have a relationship with a convicted paedophile when he must have known he was convicted. And he went then to his house. God only knows what happened in that house when he went to, inverted commas, break off the friendship because I'm an honourable man. William in Renfrewshire, is this the solution? Give him 2 smaller houses?
No, put him out in the street with his wife. He's had enough money off the British public. At the end of the day, Prince Andrew's been the first royal that's been under real scrutiny. And it's about time the British public got scrutiny on the royal family. You've got a king just now who's taking money off the RNLI, the British Army, the National Health Service, all who have had to look after him. Yeah, Andrew's taking the front for it. At the end of the day, we should be voting on the royal family, not just accepting anything we're told about them.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, the king thing is complicated, but it's to do with royal land, crown land being leased.
Yes.
Thank you. Do you know what? That calls so interesting because I think genuinely the royal family, Charles, William, they need to be aware that unless they get control of this, the whole thing might come down.
Yeah, and
they have
could
to
be
take
on
a
their
stand here.
If they want public support, they need to be seen to be doing the right thing.
And you want him sent abroad?
I want him sent abroad. They
Right,
have
which
loads.
country? Let's start with a list.
Okay,
Switzerland?
where are their?
What have the Swiss done wrong?
No, where are their holdings where they can say they control those? Somewhere
Apparently
that's very remote, that we don't see him in the press.
Yeah.
What you have done
Saudi
is
Arabia.
Somewhere in the
wherever.
Commonwealth.
So, somewhere which has got a king, ideally, so they understand what a prince is, and that's
No. Why? Why'd you get that?
well
privilege?
because at least he'll be hidden away, and you want him to
can
live in
send
squalor.
2 to 3 security or whatever.
The
Have
Falklands.
Well, that is a possibility.
very
but then-
remote. Stay away.
Yeah. Okay. But then, he is the king's brother. John in London. Hello.
Hello, Jeremy.
How are you, John?
I'm good. How can Prince Andrew demand 2 cottages for him and his ex-wife? He's lived rent-free for 20 years at the taxpayers' expenses. Parliament should step in and tell the king that the public won't stand for this much longer.
Agree.
Well, it might do. Do you know, it's already starting to rumble in Parliament now. They might have an inquiry into Andrew's money, and we'll discover what he was doing when he was the British trade envoy, because he shouldn't have been making a single solitary dime for himself when he was working for this country. So I don't, was he doing deals for himself when he was the trade envoy?
I think Prince William is itching to shut down most of the monarchy. I think he understands that is probably his job.
How interesting.
I think it will be the king and the heir, everyone else, look after yourselves under William. I think he's just desperate to do it because I think he does understand that we're past a point now where we can be...
Well, I don't know. I do
people.
some work for a lovely charity called the Motor Neurone Disease Association, and the royal who is the patron is Anne. She's amazing. She turns up at everything. She stays late. She talks to everyone. You wouldn't dispute. She's an amazing royal.
I wouldn't dispute.
She does the job. So I'm dropping things today.
Okay, I'm not going to... Okay.
But so you want to get rid of the Anne figure, do you?
Well, personally, I think the Anne figure is capable of being the Anne figure without being paid for by the taxpayer. And the problem is it's a gamble. That's the whole point. We have Anne by luck.
Yeah, we
and
do.
We have
do.
Andrew by bad luck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with this system. It's just because you're born and you so happen to turn out to be a little bit dodgy or you turn out to be brilliant is just by chance.
Yeah. Let's have a look at Royal Lodge. Just remind ourselves of this difference in scale here. So that... I don't understand why anyone would want to live in something as big as that with their ex-wife.
They probably only live in part of it, let's be honest. They don't use the whole entire... But it's far too grand for what he's been keeping up with. You'd want to give that to someone who's, a law-abiding, upholding citizen of the royal family who we're proud of.
Now look at the Frogmore by comparison. Oh, wait
for goodness
a second.
sake.
Goodness,
I
tiny.
thought it was a
cottage?
real...
It's a
Is that
cottage.
Frogmore? I thought...
No, surely not.
That's unbelievable. I thought
cottage.
Frogmore was like a B&B.
No, they're called a cottage.
That is
That's
not a cottage.
a cottage.
No, that's a mansion.
Oh, that's
Somebody's messing with
ridiculous.
What
And the
what
idea
tower in our cottage do you live in? If you can say the word
Hang
what
on,
tower,
we got the wrong
then it's-
picture. We got
Oh,
the
I
wrong
was
picture.
gonna
That's
say.
not Frogmore. I love the way somebody's playing
Up
with this
in
here. Come on,
arms.
where's blooming Frogmore? Get it for us.
But they look like a cottage.
Now we forgot what we have to go back to Royal Lodge again. Now we're doing a little comparison. Anyway, we'll come back to Frogmore. It's not as big as Royal Lodge.
Okay.
What was that other place though?
What was that? I want to
bet
live there.
no, don't, because if we show it, he'll ask for it. Doug in Essex, hello.
Hello there.
Oh my lord! What is the solution to this situation, Doug?
Well, many years ago, I'm 80 years of age.
Well done.
I was married for 10 years. My wife had an affair. I lost a lovely detached house, 3 children and a business. That man, Andrew, he's oh man. Everybody before me has said the same thing. Let him go and pick up some tools, get himself a job, go and find himself his own house, and stop pouncing off of Great Britain. It's as simple as that.
But we have a
Everybody
royal
said
family.
agrees.
We do have a royal family, and he was the Queen's son, the late Queen's son. Isn't that an amazing thought?
You said was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not there.
No, he's got to go, mate. He's not worth it. He's just not worth it. Anybody else of that, they'd just kick him out and say, get him in the Labour Exchange queue. Let him go and get a job. Get a
I
proper
think there's
job.
a
Get
lot
rid
to
of
be
him.
said. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for. Do you remember? You're 80, Doug. Do you remember Profumo?
Yes.
remember what he
definitely.
did?
Yeah, I was only a teenager.
Caught in a scandal in the 60s involving him sleeping with a young woman. He resigned in disgrace. He spent the rest of his life working in a soup kitchen in East London, never gave an interview, died pretty much penniless, but my God, he was so respected for what he did. But then he wasn't someone who was accused of basically having sex with trafficked 17-year-olds. That's the difference.
And do you know what the royal commentator said was right. There is a lack of humility. Read the room. Look what you've done. Look how the public opinion is, and stop demanding what you want.
He needs to take the counsel of his daughters. I think they're going to give some good advice because they get it. They work, don't they? I think one works in PR, one works in fashion or something. They have jobs. They look after themselves relatively.
I'm told, this is just the plot thickens here, that the picture of the residence we saw, the kind of unidentified residence, was a place called Frogmore House, but I don't know what. So Frogmore Cottage was probably round the back or something, is it?
Is it the little marquee in the,
in the corner.
the little caravan.
We need to see Frogmore Cottage. Should we just wait till it
Maybe there aren't pictures.
I think
maybe
we all.
they don't
I think
think it's so small they
those
can't
at home
photograph.
want to see.
They can only photograph it with microscopes. But I don't think it is grand. I'm going to put it out there. I've seen photos of it. It's normally hidden by trees.
It was too damp for Markle. Is that the headline?
She said, "Oh my God," when she went there. And you can watch a documentary about the Prince Andrew scandal on the 5 website. It's called 5 Days That Brought Down Prince Andrew. It's streaming on 5. So if you go to channel5.com, you can find it there. Okay, later it's the papers and everything else. Find out which profession is now among the top 10 best paid workers in Britain. And it's a really unusual one. You're going to think, what?